Welcome to my presentation on Dole Days. Hi, my name is Shen, and in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be looking at Dole Days, internalization, strategy, and what it could look like in Singapore. Dole Days is one of the leading food delivery services that changed how we consume meals through deliveries. In this presentation, I will discuss its development, advancement, and why Singapore is the next best place for it. This presentation is intended both to motivate and educate. Let's begin. Dole Days organized as a San Francisco-based startup in 2013 and has grown into a worldwide delivery behemoth by controlling 56% of the U.S. market. The company today maintains 28 international market operations, reaching from Australia to Japan, which demonstrates its aggressive international expansion methodology. This video tracks Dole Days' startup development, especially concerning its growth prospect in Singapore, an active city with a passion for food. The video will analyze how Dole Days expanded beyond its United States borders through international growth strategy and disruptive innovation that could lead to a successful entrance into Singapore. Young entrepreneurs can learn from Dole Days' story about achieving worldwide growth accompanied by flexibility in their approach. This following discussion delves into the comprehensive overview of lead food delivery company that distinguishes it within its industry. Dole Days was launched in the year 2013 and has its operational headquarters in San Francisco, California, and it has become one of the leading drivers of food delivery. It serves about 450,000 merchants and 20 million customers globally with the United States. Dole Days currently operated in Canada, Australia, Japan, and selected parts of Europe. Thus established, it has gone international. Why is Singapore become considered a target high populated density of this population and development food delivery survey market also make it advantage for Dole Days to operate in. Let's picture the case where one can have local tasks such as the chicken rice or laksa delivered right to the doorstep. The company profile also reveal the Dole Days is willing to grow its presence on the global market, which paved the way for the discussion about its expensive. It's necessary to find out in detail how word, image, and ideas spread throughout the world step by step. With expansion in the international market, Dole Days ventured into Toronto, Canada in 2015, Australia in 2019, and Japan in 2021. It also entered the European market for delivery in 2022 after Ukraine War. Its evaluationary start is medium size and gradual, making change only when they are tested first and targeting the area of high consumption, large city. The way the company operates shows that it is not a born global firm, but also evolved gradually, enabling it to meet local needs such as accepting Japanese yen's payments. This implies that there will be content growth while at the same time reducing the risk that are involved. As with any new market, Dole Days is able to adapt and fine-tune its business model to optimize it for its future expansions. With Singapore being one of the most cosmopolitan cities of the world, could it become the next place with a high prevalence of CVBS? Now let's understand why this particular market is so promising in terms of Dole Days' international expansion. Singapore's large and connected population of 5.7 million people with good spending power and the food delivery market worth $1.5 billion make it a perfect ground for Dole Days to enter. The passion of its people toward food in hawker centers, food court, and the restaurant also feel huge demand. However, there are thieves, for example, competitors such as GrabFood and Foodpanda exist. And if the rules are to be strict, it will pose a problem to enter into the market. But the opportunities are exciting. There are many opportunities for Dole Days in Singapore, as the following idea, particularly and the grab and go culture through affiliating with a legendary hawker center to deliver as such delicious food to the makes and the science more of Singapore that is going through the e-commerce sector. And such a move would make its position firm in the Asia Pacific market to focus on the and expand on its achievement in not only Australia and Japan. Indeed, the market's potential in Singapore is huge, but not without the right dose of competitive pressure that would challenge the growth of Dodas. It is now the time to consider a possible innovation that can lead to the implementation of this expansion. The company has adopted high-end technology that make it excel globally. Delivery logistics is highly efficient. Using lorries is personal determine the shortly roads so the food chain get their customer doors while still hot. Free delivery is provided through the company's Days Pass service that it has at the moment 5 million subscribers. It also expands for the region market and supports a value language in the apps and is available anywhere. Other special selling proportion include double days, a feature that enable multi merchant ordering and ultra delivery service in over 20 markets. Their innovation and necessary when approaching the variety of the Singapore market, while the customer can feel the need to order both a hacker and a craft beer. Hence, DoorDay's adaptability guarantees user it can adapt to their need locally, as well as include their own global level. For the above table, we can now appreciate its results and capabilities in suppose this kind of growth rate. On the expansion side, there is more substantial resource to support for days. This has featured the company the funding of $2.5 billion from investors such as Sequoia Capital that empower it with resources for expansion. Its highly diversified managing team with Tony Shi in the position of the chief executive officer provides suitable market strategy. DoorDash scalable logistics network with over 1 million couriers supports rapid expansion into new regions. These resources make DoorDash ready to operate in the market, such as Singapore, whereby effectiveness and robust capital at critical challenges. 60 associate with a novel market and provides proposition that are valuable to the customer. We will now review the entrepreneurs characters responsible for such outcome. At the core of today's story is leadership, and Tony Shi is a highly enterprise-minded and data-oriented CEO who is very much customer-centered in his approach, which has guided the company's adaptable business strategy at the DoorDash. The regular spirit of the team as their ability to check the culture difference are seen in the success of the launch in Japan, whereby they adapt service to the local values. All these characters of boldness, flexibility, and globalization help DoorDash to deal with value market. And likewise, this approach can be crucial for the DoorDash to outcome compete in Singapore since customer preference for hacker still delivers can be addressed is politely. The enthusiasm of the DoorDash team is proven by the factor they focus on both risk and opportunities. It is now time to examine various environment factors that may affect the likelihood of DoorDash's success in Singapore's ever competitive market. The following factor may influence growth prospect of the DoorDash in Singapore. For delivery service, fulfill the wants and needs of Singaporean at personal level, where convenience takes precedence. At floor level, there is stiff competition from other players such as GrabFood and Foodpanda. However, for DoorDash could seek to sign a MOU with local firm to hold the advantage. Globally, liberalization places sophisticated technology and setting up friendly business environment. Singapore achieved a client customers such as have faster inter-service. However, issues such as harsh employment law may pose some problem in the employment of couriers. Their factor gave rise to a somewhat unclear but rather favorable environment for those days. The following strategic initiative can be employed to capitalize on opportunity as well as of streets that are available in Singapore. In this case, the teach-based moving forward is important for those to seek partner who will solve operational challenges in Singapore. Finally, let's summarize what this journey presents and how it motivates the future generation to enter the world of entrepreneurship. The way Dodays has rational growth to an establishment and management level make it capable of succeeding in Singapore in its overseas strategy as well as in a city that hold engrossment with food in high regard. Dodays reflect the significance of flexible and collaboration. But for young discerning entrepreneurs, the moral of the story is to accept challenges, innovation, and looking at the global picture, even with acting Kelly during lesson from its association with Hacker Center, as well as competition. This is how Dotays can curate the international market. There are valuable lessons which we should take and apply on building our personal establishment in order to rise and conquer new frontiers. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope this presentation encourage your thinking and touch the inner entrepreneur that is in all of us and challenge the world to go global.